players right there, baby. Bello B. I don't know. Whenever I want to, really. You know what I mean? Brad Stewart, thanks for coming to member on YouTube, baby. I appreciate that. Taking it a bit step further. All right, we're gonna look at the weather for today, y'all. We're gonna get a crack-a-lackin'. We're gonna build our lovely parlay today, and all those that rock with me in my live streams, I appreciate you guys a lot. We go live every single day, so if you're new here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Jason Tatum, Aya Wilson, what the fuck? Why is she on it? That makes no sense. Okay. All right, here we go, baby. Going through the slate for today. It looks like over in Chicago, we got some winds blowing out. Over in Baltimore, we got heavy winds blowing out left center. Maybe take a look at it a little tacky of how many right-handed batters are batting today in Baltimore, because that's a pretty significant wind, y'all. And we talk about that a lot. Anything really over that 13, 14 mile an hour wind, you got to take a look at that. It's kind of a muggy day up in the north here by Baltimore. I don't know how it is, 3 hours away from here, but hey, total's at 8.5. We have two fantastic pitchers on the mound. We have 18 mile an hour winds, man. That's a big deal. Thank you on YouTube for becoming a member. I appreciate that, man. Oh, hey, we got a good connection here, brother. We got a good connection here. I am interested in this, man. By the way, let's head over to DraftKings quick. I know we're just touching on the weather, but I tell you right now, I got to take a look at that, because almost 20 mile an hour winds is a big deal. Anybody else's connection bad on YouTube? Let me know. I'll try to fix it. But I am looking at this early game for the Orioles. 8.5 is the total. Justin, are you over in Baltimore? If you guys don't mind on TikTok, keep tapping the screen, like it. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor and follow. But hey, let me know, y'all. If you are in, you are in Baltimore, okay. Man, I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing 18 to 20 mile an hour winds for this Orioles game. I don't know, man. With Iminga and Burns on the mound, that just doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm going to add this for our TikTok sheet just to come back, double back and look at it. Justin, you are in Baltimore, saying that it's not that windy. That's probably good news then, but covers must be lying to us then. I'm using covers right now for the wind. Outside of that, going straight out in Detroit today, we got 13 mile an hour winds against Cleveland. Same thing in Cincinnati. We got heavy winds blowing out. In Philly, we got 17 mile an hour winds blowing out. That line is ticked up to 9.5 with Stone and Sanchez. That's a little wild. And then down here for the Mets and Nationals game, I'm seeing that looking like 20 mile an hour winds blowing out. Either some of these people that are posting weather data are just lying, or we or we're being fooled, because there's a lot of games today with winds over 13 miles an hour. Detroit against Cleveland, Cincinnati and Colorado close, Philly and Dodgers, Mets and Nationals, Boston and Oakland. I mean, that's pretty significant, man. You're talking about a routine fly ball normally. You catch 14, 15 mile an hour winds on that. That's definitely going to go, man. It's definitely going to go. Those warning track balls aren't warning track balls anymore. They're home runs. So definitely something to be cognizant about today, especially when we look at the card. Let's take a look at some of the biggest public plays of the day, shall we? Rightfully so here. Game 1 from Makeup. Royals and Cardinals. We have Marsh against Parante. That total is at 8.5. We're seeing 97% of the bets to the over. Early action. Y'all know my motto on the early action. Good morning. Keep hitting the like, y'all. And if you're on YouTube, do me a favor. I appreciate the new membership as well. Do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. It's free to do on YouTube. But I do want to look at the under 8.5 in a Cardinals game. It is a Cardinals game. Royals have kind of been slacking. So I don't mind backing the under in an early game. I think they did not play yet. There was a makeup here. 8.5's at minus 115 here. I'll lean on the under. I don't want anything to do really with the Royals or the Cardinals side. Now, yesterday we were going to play the Cardinals against the Royals, but that game was postponed. Don't want anything to do with it now. Early action, time frame change, everything. I'm going to back away from that completely. Outside of the total, I lean on the under as being one of the biggest public phase of the day. Hey, this Royals team has been struggling, man. They really have been. And, you know, I was talking about this the other day. I can't believe that they're 6 games over 500. Nothing super, super crazy about them. You know, if you really compare these teams in general, they're pretty much right on pace, right? They both have right around the same ERA for pitching and right around the same batting average, 244 to 246. Nothing incredible. And their records are pretty much identical, 49-43, 48-42. Ain't that wild how that works? Yeah. So, as far as the Royals and the Cardinals, I will not be on that game, baby. Twins and White Sox, one of my premium plays of the day. Come join. Join my premium plays of the day. And then we got the same exact matchup. And that is game 2. That'll be the Twins and White Sox game 2. I love the under. It's Pablo Lopez against Thorpe. And we have the total hovering around 8 right now, I believe. We like the under in that game, but I did not pull the trigger on that. Cubs and Orioles. Interesting game here. Changes up a lot of things when you look at the weather. I don't know for the good or for the bad, but I'll tell y'all right now, 18-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, and then our boy Justin says, dude, there's no winds. You know, that's a little alarming to me. Now, is that just winds based off in the ball? I don't know. I don't know how they determine those winds, but if there is winds blowing straight out 18 miles an hour, I don't care who's pitching. Little fly ball will go a long way, you know. Guardians and Tigers. Here we go with another little banger. 82% of the money is on Cleveland again. And they blew a lead yesterday, man. They blew the lead. They didn't cover the run line like they needed to yesterday. It actually went to extras, and the Guardians won 9-8. So for all those that got their hearts broken, I genuinely feel bad for y'all because that was just an awful -1.5 loss. But of course, I like the Guardians again in this one. It's a complete mismatch. Remember, Guardians are the #1 team at home as far as profit, especially on the money line. They're a drastically different team on the road, 27-22. But again, everything favors the Guardians here. They have a way better pitching core. They have 246 batting average, is one of the better batting averages in the league. But like some of the guys I see on social media, one of the biggest teams to cost you a parlay or to do anything is always the fucking Guardians. So if you are backing the Guardians here today, I like them. I just don't think it's anything I'm going to get down crazy with. Mariners and Padres go today. We're seeing 74% of the money on the Padres. And I think the Padres are still top 3 in batting average. 262. This roster is nuts. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, Steven Harrison. But I'll tell y'all guys this. Listen, this Padres team is awesome, right? I think they're either first, second, or third in batting average. I think second, right up there with the Houston Astros. You know, it's really wild to me that this team is only 3 games over 500. And I talk about this a lot, but you know what's even more crazy to me? The fact that the Mariners are 7 games over 500. They have a losing record on the road. They win a lot at home. Their pitching core is absolutely nasty. And if you go really crazy with it, their pitching core is not the best, right? They have a 3.54 ERA overall. But they have a 218 batting average. This team fucking sucks at batting. They are absolutely embarrassing. But their bats came to life yesterday against the Padres. They actually had 13 hits. Rodriguez went 4 for 4. Cal Raleigh went 3 for 5. It just seems like there's a few guys that did the work. Their typical start of the lineup, 0 for 4, 0 for 4, 0 for 4. Just nothing crazy, man. I don't know. I get it. They had a lot of hits yesterday, but there's no way in hell I backed the Mariners 2 games in a row. They just can't hit the ball right now. Not only that, but we have the pitching matchup today that favors us. I like the Padres today in a bounce back. I'm going to put that down for one of our TikTok plays of the day. The 218 batting average. Freaking Mariners. They are absolute shambles to watch. That game the other day when they played, I watched the whole 7th, 8th, and 9th against the Jays. Is a true testament. They had runners on third multiple times to close the game out and just strike out. That's it. They are absolutely abysmal. Yeah. They are Steven Harrison. They are going over a lot. Padre games are going over a lot. And I agree with you. But Miller and King, 2 pretty good pitchers going at it today. I like the under here. Yeah. So as far as the first couple games we looked at, 5 or 6 Slate games, anybody have a best play there that they're hammering down early? I mean, both Twins and White Sox games, Orioles and Cubs, Guardians, Tigers, Royals and Cardinals. Anybody getting down early action? Let me see what you guys are betting on if you guys are in the early games. Guardians? Okay. You're going Guardians minus 1.5 against Olsen, huh? Yeah, Olsen's been dealing, man. He's got a pretty good whip. Not bad at all. Really? Stephen Harris is saying on YouTube he might back the Cubs today. I don't hate that, brother. Hey, I don't hate that. Padres minus 1.5 contest play for YouTube today. Okay. Hey, I don't mind that at all. The Padres, I don't know. It's just so tough when you see a team with a batting average. Listen, y'all. I know I just talk numbers when we're going over these batting averages and stuff. Listen, the Mariners batting average is a fucking 218. Do you understand how bad that is? That means there is exponential amount of players on that roster. Their number 2 batter, the Padres, Garver, sometimes he leads off, bats a 176, right? Cal Raleigh, a guy who went 3 for 5 last night with 2 home runs, the catcher. He hit 2 home runs last night. He bats a 210. I mean, this Polanco in their lineup every day, their second baseman, 196. I mean, this team is fucking bad. And then you want to talk about an absolute insane lineup. The fact that this team's not winning every game, the Padres, 309. Arraez, again, that over that 300. Not nearly what it was last year. What was he batting, like a 370 last year? Profar, 312. Cronesworth, 262. Machado, 263. Solano, 287. Merrill, 286. Like, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. That's an insane lineup to go against. Period. They only had fucking 4 hits yesterday. Wild. So, for you guys, to understand this in a crazy world. It's just blows my mind. The AL West, the Mariners are only 7 games above 500, and they lead the AL West. I mean, they have the Astros. The Astros are going to get in, y'all. And I'm telling you right now, do not turn your back on them. The Rangers still could get in, and they're 4 games under 500. So this AL West abomination of teams that have fell off this year, you know, the Angels are only 12 games away from first place, and they are fucking awful. So I hate to go on a rant here. It's just the difference in some of these teams and some of these little divisions is crazy. So what do I think about the Red Sox Phillies in the World Series? I think that the Phillies just got to get healthy, man. That's it. End of story. And the Phillies should be just fine. But yeah, enough with the Padres, enough with the Mariners. At the end of the day, you got to play that game to win. But I just think that the Padres-Mariners is an absolute mismatch from fucking hell. But I do have a play in that game today, by the way. So if you guys want to jump on board, jump on board. I appreciate it. All right. By the way, I'm smashing watermelon in the middle of all this. Tub of it. Absolute tub. On the carnivore diet, but it's the animal-based one where all my carbs can still come from fruit. I do have fruit. But eggs, meat, fruit. All right, Dodgers and Phillies go today. I'm putting the Phillies back down. Okay, I'm putting the Phillies back down for our TikTok play of the day. And hear me out. Listen, yesterday we talked about specifically about the pitching difference for that game, the Phillies and the Dodgers, and it was spot on. The Phillies got a hold of them pretty early too. It took like 2 or 3 innings to get the bats rolling, and it was a 2-out rally, 3 runs. Schwarber got thrown out at second, or that rally probably would have continued that inning. And then next inning, Trey Turner hit a home run. It was awesome, right? But this Dodgers lineup is just not that good, man. It's really not that good. And to be honest with you, if you kind of go through their schedule as well, I get it. You know, they beat Milwaukee, Arizona, some pretty good teams. But they're missing some really key guys here. Not only that, but they don't have the pitching staff behind these bats. Dodgers are only averaging at 255, and that's with 2 guys. You know, depending on what their lineup is for the day. Mookie's still out, obviously. They've been putting in some absolute bums. Now, this Ohtani, Will Smith, Freeman start off is absolutely nasty. That is a nasty, nasty start. But again, I don't know what it is. The bottom of this order has just been bad. Even Biggio, though. Biggio got a home run last night. But point being here is that this Phillies lineup is really, really good outside of Rojas, right? And Rojas had 2 fucking hits yesterday. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Absolute AAA bum. Derek Newcomer. I'm doing great, man. I hope you're doing well. Thank you guys on YouTube for all the love, baby. And if you guys can't comment on YouTube, it's just because you're not subscribed. Just easily subscribe. It's free to do. Thank you. If you guys are on TikTok, there's a little plus button up there. Every time I say that, we usually get 4 or 5 new people to hit it. And you just tap that. I go live every day at 9 a.m. Yeah, dude, Merchan is better than Stubbs. No shit. Listen, I've seen live Merchan and Stubbs obviously bat. Stubbs is like 5'7", 150 pounds, man. Like, he's nothing that, like, I'm running to fucking put in my lineup. But the real question is, Real Matu that much better than Marchand? You know what I mean? I did get gritty yesterday on the arm. It's all still taped up. There's tape still on it. You can't see it, but it's still full of ink and blood in there. But Gritty's on the arm, baby. We love him. I do have a big WNBA play today. But anyways, back to the Dodgers series here. This Phillies lineup at home. The crowd behind them. I cannot put my action on the LA bum ass. No working plastic surgery. Have an ass. LA Dodgers. Fake ass team. First round exit. You used to go live lunchtime. We're a 9 a.m. gang now, baby. Welcome to the morning shows. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. All right. On the weekends, as long as I'm not traveling, I'll be live usually around 10 or 11. So this is a 7-day business here. I put in fucking daily shit for you guys. Just to give you guys an understanding, if you go to my YouTube channel, I have videos going 7 years back, and I've never missed a day. How fucking wild is that? Morning's better for you. Good. Storm's garbage last start versus Philly. Yeah. And we have heavy winds, by the way. And we have heavy winds in Philly. I don't mind looking at maybe that over. And hey, don't get caught up in this NL West. Don't get too go crazy there. You know? Padres are only 7.5 behind the Dodgers. All it's going to take is one sweep series. And next thing you know, we have a race. We have a race here. Same with Philly and Atlanta. Atlanta's finally figuring out how to fucking win and never cover a run line. But they're 7.5 games behind Philly. Philly needs to keep winning. They're getting healthy at the right time here. They had some slumped-ass games like against the Marlins and stuff. But anyways, point in case, I like the Phillies again today. Sorry for some of the rants here that we've been going off. I appreciate you guys. I do like the Phillies again today. Again, I think they're the second best home team. 34-14. I'll give you guys the exact numbers on that though. Yeah, the Hillies. Yeah. You want to talk about absolute numbers? Phillies win 72% of their home games. So we'll back that on the money line all day, baby. Away teams. Dodgers are only at 59%. And remember, Baltimore is still the number one road team. And the worst road team is as follows. Chicago, Oakland, and Colorado, which kind of is a perfect segue into our second game here. Or our next game here. Listen, Freeland had a fantastic last outing. And by no means would I'll never repeat that. His ERA the last 7 days, 1.29. 5 Ks against Kansas City. I think a lot of people remember that game. Kansas City bettors were fucking in shambles, losing to Kyle Freeland. And to be quite honest with you, he's only given up 3 earned runs his last 20 innings or so. Super low strikeouts. Let's take a look at who that was against. The Nationals, the White Sox, and the struggling Royals. And if you don't think the Royals are struggling, it's crazy. Yeah, I do. User, what's going on, man? Up 12 units the last 4 days. We hit our game of the week yesterday. What's up? Are you trying to troll something? What up? Do you not watch my videos or what? But anyways, there's no fucking way in hell am I backing Kyle Freeland here. He's got a 6 ERA to start, and the Reds are just pounding the Rockies. The Rockies are absolutely terrible. A couple things that you got to point out here, right? The Colorado Rockies have a 244 batting average, right? And the Reds aren't that great Remember the Reds just lost 3 straight games to Detroit here. So this was a tough one to kind of jump on the Reds bandwagon, especially against Colorado. Remember, Colorado's the 3rd worst road team. They are, Kev. They are. It's just trial and error thing that they're doing in the back end. They're not. Kev, believe me, I promise you they're not. They're trying to figure out how to make that. They're trying to make it a thing. So that absolutely is going public, but there's just a couple of things. I'll tell you right now the problem. The problem is some of the times when you input the data, that it's like adding things wrong, and it's making it look like some dude like won like 100 units, and it's just some of the information that they gather from the paragraph they're writing. So I'm just telling you right now, they are trying to do that. So Kev, it is 100% in the works, but they are just trying to figure out what the issue is with the total unit things. But again, as always, if you guys want my picks, I do have a double-decker today. 2 top plays today. Make sure you guys jump on board. I love y'all. End of story. But anyways, talking about the Rockies and the Reds game, I think this is like a fraudulent 244. And by that, I mean this Rockies team has been putting in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th batters as like a fucking 180 or under. So yesterday they did put Stallings in as the catcher. He bats a 265. He went 1 for 3, which isn't bad. But then you got the 187, 190, and 188. Like the Rockies lineup right now is literally defines fucking AAA. It is awful. I mean, it's just hard to watch. And they have better batters, which just blows my fucking mind. You know, they even have a better catcher, Diaz. Like, he almost bats a 300. But they put in Stallings yesterday. You know, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. But there's no way in hell. And, you know, usually when you get into the third game, right? Like both games we had the Reds. Usually when you get into the third game, the line's got to drop a little bit. Technically because it's a lot harder to sweep a team. But I think the whole world, again, is going to back the Reds. And I don't think that you can't not back the Reds. And by that, I mean, if you're betting on the Rockies here, you're just hoping that a sweep doesn't happen. And there's no way I could back any of that up. No fucking way. Reds it is. And if I lose on this one, well, you get 2 out of 3. Maybe it's just a small play. You could get the -1.5 at +110. So maybe fire a couple bucks down on that one. Reds, -1.5 or nothing for me in that game. Oakland and Red Sox, we did look at this game, and I did like this game, by the way. We liked the over in the game. The only problem is it was 12-9 yesterday, but we liked the over for the Oakland A's team total. This Oakland A's team has been absolutely sneaky, man. And I'm just pulling up some numbers here as far as DraftKings. If you guys don't know, everything I do goes through DraftKings. If you guys want to follow on DraftKings, just hit the second link in my link tree in the bio. But yeah, going down here, I'm looking at Oakland's team total. It's probably going to be 4.5. Ugh, that's steep. We could get 3.5 at -155. And that's probably where I'll be looking at, but I can't release that. That's just a little too steep, and I don't want to lose. I'm going to look here at Oakland's team total over 3.5. I do like Oakland here against Pivetta. Pavetta's a fantastic pitcher this year. He's got just over a 4 ERA, and he's been dealing. But I like playing guys that come off their best game. 10 Ks against the Marlins. But the Miami Marlins are legitimately the worst team I've ever seen live. I think they are. I've seen a lot of bad teams live, but this Marlins team, the dugout's dead. The camaraderie's dead. They are just not a legitimate team. They should have to forfeit their pay. They're that bad. But I don't know what it is about Oakland, man. They figure some shit out. They have 34 wins this year. Boston's been an absolute fucking juggernaut. They're now 10 games over 500. And I remember talking about them just a few weeks ago on these live streams, talking about watch out for Boston. They're dialing it in. And here they are. They're continuing to dial it in. I think they grabbed 2 of 3 against New York. And, you know, the pitching matchup is going to be an interesting one today. Sears has been pitching very well this year. Last year, he was absolutely dreadful. So I like Oakland over 3.5 runs. But that's all I really have to say about that. I think Pivetta will have a decent start to the game. Definitely lean on the Nerfy in the Oakland and Red Sox game. All right, premium play in the Nationals and Mets game. If you guys want to jump on board, y'all know the deal. Jump on board. No props today, man. If there is a prop like we did the other day, it'll always be on my TikTok live stream. Like we had Dylan Cease over strikeouts. That was our big prop play. Gerardo Hernandez on YouTube. What up, baby? Good morning to you. Royals and Cardinals, though, today. I think this is another interesting one. Again, this is game 2 because they lead off here at noonish. Just another stay away game for me. I don't know. The Royals are one of the worst road teams for having a good record. You know, they're 6 games over 500 now after a great start. But they just can't hit the ball right now, and I'm not backing that. End of story. Moving on. Astros and Marlins. Does anybody like anything in that Royals game? I mean, are you guys getting down? Do you guys like betting on the Royals? Does anybody have, like, luck? I feel like I've had horrible luck on the Royals. So anytime that they pop up in a slate, I don't know. I mean, what is your all-time favorite Eagle? Irving Fryer. I remember having his jersey as a kid, and I just remember eating McDonald's sandwich. Maybe I was like 9, 10, 11 years old or something like that. My first ever McDonald's cheeseburger on top of my mom's TV at the time that was on the ground. You know, the wooden ones that were on the ground, you know, that you push the button on to change. And I remember having my Irving Fryer jersey on, and I was fucking loving life. My favorite Eagle of all time, Irving Fryer. Second, maybe like I was a big McNabb fan, big T.O. guy, and then Vic. Like I remember watching Vic like really, really in depth. And Shady McCoy, I loved Shady McCoy, man. I would fucking run around like I loved Shady McCoy and Michael Vick. Miami Dolphins. My mom's a huge Dolphins fan, brother. Brian Dawkins, yeah, he was also fun, but I don't know. I just never really jumped onto him. But anyways, all right, here we go. Marlins and Astros. Where's my fucking prop guy at? Where was my prop guy at? Are you still in the chat? Miami Marlins have 73 home runs on the year. Where's my prop guys at? Miami Marlins only have 73 home runs on the year. Fucking dreadful, man. They are so dreadful at batting. And I seen one of their home runs. That little short, skinny guy. He weighs like 150 pounds, lefty. He fucking smoked one in Philly. Spendy Louie, baby. Where did I get that hat? You know what? You know how many people ask me where I got this hat? I need to start promoting it on the TikTok shop. Bullpen game today for the Marlins, by the way. Hoeing goes off. All right, this is like an absolute alert for cause. Like 90+% of the bets are on the Astros, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. But one thing I do want to bring to light here, I hope my prop guy's still in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pitching matchup here for the Astros and the Marlins. This total is still at 8, right? Valdez is at 5.5 strikeouts. I like his over. I do like his over. This Fish team is absolutely embarrassing. They played yesterday. Astros only won 4-3, go figure. But Blanco led with 7 Ks, right? 10 total strikeouts for the Marlins. I'm trying to see the batting, or they didn't even sub anybody in. This Astros team is just so fucking dangerous and can't score, man. They only had 7 hits yesterday. You know, Hader. I mean, this Marlins team, Chisholm, he'll hit ground balls, probably won't strike out much. Dela Cruz absolutely can strike out. Josh Bell for sure will have 1 or 2 Ks. Sanchez, he hits the ball well. Berger is a legitimate strikeout, a man that wants to strike out right there. Berger, he wants to swing at pitches. Edwards, He wants to swing at pitches. Gordon, that's the short, skinny guy that I remember watching rip one in Philly. He wants to strike out. Brujan will strike out. Fortes bats like a fucking 110. He's going to K anyways. But I just don't see how Valdez with that heat doesn't get 5.5 strikeouts. I know it's juice to the under, but I'm gonna roll over here. Valdez over 5.5 Ks. Especially with a total at 8, juice down a little bit. I like it. I don't know if you guys want to follow that, but it's pretty decent odds here as well. Over 5.5 strikeouts is minus 105. Framber, Valdez, over. His last couple games, 4 Ks, 5 Ks, 7 Ks, 5 Ks, okay? So under, don't mind the under there. But again, this is a bullpen game for Miami, so who's going to come in next? I really don't know. Rangers and Angels, we talked about them yesterday on the channel, I believe. And fading the Angels is just something that I love doing. They are terrible. End of story. Angels should not be paid this month. They are pathetic. Braves and Diamondbacks, I think the Braves got the job done yesterday again, like comfortably. Where am I at here? Yeah, the Braves won 6-2 here. Right back to the under. We have Charlie Morton here going up against Sassoni. And the over 9 looks really good. It really, really does. I'm going to have to back that under in the Braves game. Or sorry, the over in the Braves game. But I'm not sure if it'll be on the card or anything. Remember, the Braves are the #1 team as far as sports betting for baseball sides and totals. The best play right now is taking Braves game under 54-31 on the year. But listen, we all know what Morton does, man. Morton walks batters and gives up hits. If you guys are new on TikTok, do me a favor, follow the page. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep hitting a like. And on YouTube, all I ask is a little like. Hold down the screen, hit the like button, or just follow, man. I appreciate that. But Braves game, it's either over 9 or nothing for me. I really like the Diamondbacks in this game as well at plus 110. I don't like backing Charlie Morton, man. I don't. I really, really don't. He has his good games and bad games, but this Diamondbacks lineup is no joke, and I think they'll get the best of them. So I think the wrong team's favored. I get it. Sassoni's pitching for Arizona, but this Braves team has just been weirdly struggling, and it's awkward to watch. Same Braves team that was minus 300 against the White Sox and lost 1-0. Blue Jays and Giants today, though. Little nightcap for us. I think their game yesterday was a snoozer, 4-3. I like the under again. Welcome to Giants and Blue Jays games. Under 7.5 runs here with Logan Webb against Bassett. I don't think it's anything to kind of even overthink here. Both teams just suck offensively right now, and it's very awkward, especially this Jays lineup. But they do have a couple big players that been on the IL. But again, 233, 244 batting averages. They're not bad at all. But I don't want anything to do with that game in particular, let alone the total. Just lean under. A lot of Giants games, I'm a big fan of unders in them. And even though this year they're 50-39 to the over, they're just boring. Boring offenses. Boring teams. But anyways, if you guys are new and you guys haven't followed or subscribed, that's the only thing I ask. We're going to do a little 3-game parlay. We're going to wrap it up here. We've been live for about 40-some minutes. Cubs, O's, over 8.5. I highly encourage you guys to take a look at that. With 18 to 20 mile an hour winds. Our boy Justin in the comment section says he doesn't even know what we're talking about. He's in Baltimore, but the weather report's saying up to 20 mile an hour winds blowing out in Baltimore, which is just wild. If that's the case, I feel like you have to take the over. Phillies, again, they're 72% at home. There's no way we don't take them again. Reds, we talked about Colorado's the 3rd worst team on the road, and Freeland's on the mound today. So Reds again for the full sweep. Oakland, I like Oakland today against the Red Sox. And then Valdez over 5.5 strikeouts. Padres money line was another one we were talking about, especially with a bounce back after letting a couple bums on the Mariners hit home runs yesterday. I feel like the Padres bounce back and get the job done. A lot of the other games we haven't gone over are probably on my premium card. So I encourage you guys to jump on over. Yankees and Rays, we didn't talk about that, but I do like the under 8 runs. We didn't really touch on the side there, but I do like the under 8. I don't know what happened. 5-3 yesterday. Yankees are back in their typical slump. They've lost like 6 of their last 7 games. Noah G is in from YouTube says, I'm in Baltimore. It's 100 degrees and the humidity is fucking nasty right now in the north. But yeah, by the way, Tampa Bay is actually favored today. Eflin against Stroman. So just give you guys a little bit of understanding here where the books are starting to make a transition here with the Yankees from being favored every single game to now actually being plus money. Mother, what up, mama? So yeah, but I appreciate you guys. We're going to do our quick little final out the door best 3-team parlay over 2.5 runs. Okay. Not 3 runs, 4 or 5, over 2.5 runs. The best 3 teams, really quick. Spendy, Noah, Derek, Stephen Harrison, YouTube. Oh, awesome. Smiley. I literally don't know. I think it might have been at an Eagles game. I go to every Eagles home game at least, and a lot of the away games. So I'm not 100% sure. I have so much Eagles stuff. It's incredible. So I'm not sure where I got this hat. I think it was there, man. I don't know. Okay, so we're going Reds. So 3 teams. What? That's right, I do, buddy. Best team in the league. All right, let's go top 3 teams that you guys think could get 3 runs really quick. Put them in the comment section below. We'll take a look at the odds on that. Someone said Phillies. Like it. All right, we're going to go Phillies here. Phillies over 2.5 runs. Minus 450. Okay, we're in. Phillies. Reds, Rangers, Reds. I'm seeing a lot of Reds. Let's get the Reds in there. Against Kyle Freeland. Both home teams, though. We don't get 9 at-bats. Okay. Reds is minus 475. And our last one to bring us down. Orioles bounce back. O's and a bounce back. O's. YouTube and TikTok is really jumping on the Orioles today, huh? I'm so lonely. All right, Orioles over 2.5. It's at minus 450. We have ourselves a minus 125 3-team parlay. Let's take a look here. You guys are jumping on it. Again, all odds via DraftKings. It is the team total. Okay, we're going O's, Reds, and Phils. 2.5 minus 125. That's the user parlay of the day. Y'all, we've been on here for 45 minutes. Got to get my little one some breakfast. Big play today. Big play practice today. All over 2.5 runs. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough that jump on in the 9 a.m. streams. Thank you guys a ton. Yeah. Time to go be dad. I appreciate you guys. And y'all have a blessed day. All over 2.5 runs. Reds, Phillies, and Orioles. 2.5 runs, alternate, and go to DraftKings. All right. If you're on TikTok, you want to rewatch the whole stream. We talk about all the baseball games. Go over to my YouTube channel and rewatch the whole stream. You could rewatch it all. It'll be live and posted here within the next minute or two. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. I hope everyone that was on the game of the week yesterday with our Phillies was fucking sipping cocktails by the 4th inning when we were up 10-0 or whatever. But again, double decker today, 2 big plays today. We're gonna crush them. Plus, we got a big WNBA play today. Let's get it. YouTube, I love y'all. The best.